President Joe Biden has been under a lot of heat over his son Hunter Biden's shady deals with China and Ukraine. In an interview with People magazine, Biden was asked whether he will be putting up necessary guardrails to prevent his family and friends from getting involved in the administration's decisions. "We're going to run this like the Obama-Biden administration. No one in our family and extended family is going to be involved in any government undertaking or foreign policy, and nobody has an office in this place," he said in the interview. During the Trump administration, daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner had both occupied posts in the government. As such, Biden's remark is not only about distancing the Hunter Biden issue from his administration, but is also possibly aimed at convincing Americans and the rest of the world his administration will be run under stricter guidelines than the Trump administration. With regard to Hunter Biden, he was close to the founder of CEFC, China Energy Co., Ye Jianming, who had ties with the Chinese Communist Party. They were quite friendly back in 2017. Jianming had gifted Hunter with a 2.8-carat diamond. Hunter's involvement with Burisma, a Ukrainian natural gas company, has also raised suspicions. Despite having no experience in the energy industry, Hunter was admitted into the company's board of directors in April 2014 and was paid $83,000 per month for his services. At the same time, the company's founder, Mykola Zlotevsky, was under suspicion in the United Kingdom for money laundering, and his assets were frozen. In October 2019, a Ukrainian official connected to Zlotevsky admitted that Hunter had only been appointed to the board of Burisma in order to protect the company from foreign scrutiny. Hunter is currently being investigated for tax-related matters. Interestingly, Biden's pick for the post of acting head of DOJ's criminal division is Nicholas McQuaid, who is known to have been a law partner of Hunter Biden's attorney, Christopher Clark. It is not known whether McQuaid will have any serious involvement in the Hunter Biden investigation. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's younger brother, Frank Biden, seems intent on fully capitalizing on his brother's position. On Biden's inauguration day, Frank promoted his relationship with his brother in an ad for a Florida law firm. He has a history of using his connection with Joe Biden in several business dealings. Frank is known to have said that the name Biden was one of his biggest assets. Canada has labelled the far-right Proud Boys group as a terrorist entity, describing how it is openly supportive of violence and was implicated in a pivotal role in the alleged attack on the Capitol building on January 6. The latest update to list has added 13 entities, taking the total number of terrorist groups under the Canadian Criminal Code to 73. Bill Blair, Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, expressed hope that the update will send a strong message that his country will not tolerate any acts of violence on account of politics, religion or ideology. People or organisations that are linked to any groups on the list can be subjected to severe penalties. For individuals, they may be blocked from entering Canada. For entities, they might lose or be denied charitable status in the country. The House of Commons had designated Proud Boys as a terrorist entity on January 26. Today's additions to the Criminal Code list of terrorist entities are an important step in our effort to combat violent extremism in all forms. Canadians expect their government to keep them safe and to keep pace with evolving threats and global trends, such as the growing threat of ideologically motivated violent extremism, Blair said in a statement. With the terrorist classification, Proud Boys is now in the same category as the Islamic State. The proposal to declare Proud Boys as a terror group was introduced by New Democrat leader Jagmeet Singh. Canada's decision comes on the back of several Proud Boys members getting arrested in the US for their involvement in the January 6 Capitol assault. One of the leaders of the group, Enrique Tarrio, reportedly used to be a confidential informant of the FBI and other law enforcement agencies. In Canada, the group has mostly remained low-key, except for an incident in 2017 when a few of its members interrupted an Aboriginal ceremony in Nova Scotia. Some people had gathered around the statue of Edward Cornwallis to mourn the atrocities he had committed on the Indigenous people. In 1749, Cornwallis had issued a bounty for the scalps of the Micmac tribe members. Though many people are content with the terrorist classification of Proud Boys, some warn that this is a slippery slope. Lawyer Leah West notes that environmental activists and Indigenous groups that blockaded railways and ports in early 2020 to protest against a pipeline project were called terrorist by several politicians. She is worried that if the government is influenced by politically motivated votes in the House of Commons to determine who should be classified as a terrorist, the ideological majority in the Parliament can basically identify any group with an opposing ideology as a terrorist entity. You can see the same kind of action being taken, calling on the government to take a very specific course of action with respect to what to do legally about a subset of the population that doesn't align with their ideological stance. And I think that's really risky, she said to Global News.